All right, this regular meeting of the Morgantown Utility Board will come to order. Everyone got their minutes. I'm sure you've had a chance to read them. Anybody have any objections or corrections? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
I move to approve the minutes for the regular meeting of February 11th, 2025 as submitted.
Okay.
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, we have guests tonight under new business. Mike, would you like to introduce them?
Yes, we have.
Sorry. We've skipped the public portion.
No.
Oh, we did. I did. I'm sorry. Is there anyone here from the public who would like to speak? Did anyone sign up to speak? Do we have any letters?
No letters.
Okay, no memos. All right, on to new business and our friends from Star City.
All right. So our good neighbors from Star City are here this evening with their general counsel. Sharon Doyle is the mayor of Star City, and I believe she is going to give a presentation this evening about a possible deal between the Morgantown Utility Board and Star City coming into the MUB utility.
Thank you. I didn't travel alone, so I will.
You did not travel light.
Folks that I brought with me. This is the town attorney, Tim Stranko, which I believe some of you are familiar with. Philip Davis, he's our director of public works. Leah Hassler is our finance director. Bob Doyle is our building code official. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for allowing me to come speak on behalf of the town. I put together a slide presentation, so I'll flip right over to that. The main purpose of being here is the proposed acquisition of water, sewer, and stormwater from Star City to MUB. The town proposes to combine water, sewer, and stormwater enterprises for the town of Star City residents and businesses into the Morgantown Utility Board operations. Town Council and administration has determined that due to the small size of the town of Star City, the town's unable to generate sufficient revenue to finance significant water, sewer, or stormwater capital projects. Surface water entering the town of Star City from uphill jurisdiction creates significant stormwater management challenges. Integrated watershed management would provide the most efficient and effective means of serving our citizens and protecting and improving our water environment. Town's utilities are debt-free and compliant with all applicable laws and regulations. For these reasons, it's determined that Morgantown Utility Board is best able to serve our citizens and businesses to protect our watershed. Combination of the services would allow for Morgantown Utility Board would be the operational agent for the Star City MS4. Morgantown Utility Board would bill and receive Star City MS4 service fees. The town of Star City remains governing body. Morgantown Utility Board assumes all faucets of water, sewer, and stormwater, administrative services, capital improvements. No equipment or inventory would be transferred, and there is no debt transferred. Right here is our sewer, where we're at now. We have 945 customers. Gross annual revenues, $428,000, $523,000 gross plant. We have 17 miles of gravity sewer line, and MUB treats all flows at the Star City wastewater treatment plant. Star City Water, 945 customers, gross annual revenue $493,000, $557,000 gross plant, have 10.5 miles of water main, and MUB is the sole treated water provider for the town. Our stormwater, 877 customers. Fiscal year 2025 is budgeted at $390,000. Gross annual revenue is $109,000. And then the last slide has the current rates. Star City is more on water than what MUB charges. MUB is higher on sewer than what Star City charges. Stormwater isn't a whole big difference there. Our last increase to water was in 2022, and we divided that into a 4-year schedule. So our last increase will be July 1st of this year. So that's basically the story, the history of Star City Public Utility. We're just at a point now where we need to start looking to the future, and we just can't continue to just go day by day and then something big happens and what do we do now? So that's why we've come to you in hopes that we can join Granville and Westover and Morgantown and have MUB be the sole servant for all of us. So if you have any questions, I'll answer them for you, or Tim?
It's important to recall. Yes, sir. It's important to recall that we are interconnected. I mean, physically, there are 22 interconnection points between MUB and the Star City Sewer Utility. So physically, this makes sense. I visited with you before. We talked about harvesting economies of scope and scale. This is another perfect example of how we can drive costs down for all the customers. And finally, I'd just like to conclude, you know, I'm all over the state practicing in the public sector, and MUB is acknowledged as the gold standard. But more importantly, as we talk here in town, here in our own watershed to people, whether it's Westover or Star City, and we talk about quality customer service, there's never anybody that objects to the fact that we expect and we know the kind of customer service that your people provide. And we're excited to have the opportunity for our citizens to enjoy your guys with muddy boots and road safety vests coming out and helping Star City. So, and new trucks, very fancy new trucks. So thank you, Madam Chair. So finally, Madam Chair, the ask is that you would direct your staff to work with the mayor's staff to propose an acquisition agreement with regard to water and sewer and an O&M agreement with regard to the stormwater. Thank you. The stormwater is a municipal public work. It is not a public utility. And the legislature purposefully set it up that way so that the city councils are the ones that govern your MS4, and our town council would govern our MS4. That's the way the law is set up in the state. With regard to water and sewer, we are talking about 100% conveyance of all the lines, all the facilities, and you would be, in fact, the owner of those water and sewer facilities.
Okay. That motion. All right. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Motion carries unanimously.
Yeah, I just like that. I think this is a wonderful opportunity, and why when MUB was created or spun off the way that it was, to be able to bring our community together to make sure that everyone's getting the service that they want and deserve. And thank you, Mayor Doyle, for
thank you for making this happen for us. This is big for Star City.
We're excited about it. We are.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. You want to say something?
Yes, I feel really good about this opportunity for both entities. We're willing, ready, able, and we'll get started immediately, and how we will go forward, and all the different things that will have to happen, and so. And you'll see that new big red truck around.
Yes, I'm sure.
I'll give it a day or two.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I would like to publicly thank your council for working so hard on this with us. Thank you, Mr. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Question, would we then have anticipated on the April agenda the proposed operating agreement for validation by this board?
I would think so, Tom, but I wouldn't want to guarantee anything.
If everything goes well.
If everything goes well, as I expect it will,
Okay.
but it would be May at the latest.
Okay.
Mike, the timing of when it goes to the Morgantown Council
Yeah,
would be this, like, can you remind me of the sequence of
I'm going to have to defer that to Jeff.
Well, like we did with Westover, Dave.
Yeah.
Once we get to the point where
Thank you.
we need to amend our tariff, then that's when we took Westover to City
Okay.
Council, and that'll be the same.
Okay. So, thank you. It'd be helpful for me just to convey in our next meeting.
And we can talk more about exactly when that would be.
Yeah.
When we get a little farther down the line.
Okay. Good.
And the no debt part makes it super
Very
Yeah,
so
right.
much
Music
more
in
simple.
my ears.
There's no bond counsel to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Just Leah.
I think we can work things out.
I
Yeah.
think if we can work with Leah,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
All right, good. That's
Yes.
great. Thank you. We really appreciate it, and I know thank your city council also because
Thank you.
they've had to
Yes.
give serious consideration to this.
We hate to leave you with no
No.
company, but it
Well, now we've
might
got
make your meeting go quicker.
We got Ben.
we got Ben back here.
Yes. Thank you again.
Well,
All right,
thank
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Ben can move up now.
Yeah, Ben can take the front row seat.
I don't know if it's one quick correction. Granville is its own separate entity.
Right.
Granville is not
Right.
part was not part of that Westover agreement. That was only Westover.
Good clarification.
Just so everybody
So
understands.
nobody panics,
Yeah.
especially Granville.
Right. Well, I'll see Mayor Lewis on Thursday, and so
You won't believe what I read in the paper.
You won't
What are
believe
you
what
trying to
I What have you
It's
done?
a takeover.
Yeah.
Okay, that takes us to King's Court.
So the King's Court, just a little background here real quick. King's Court is the actual subdivision that is being constructed. Davia Fora is the developer, and so we have that as that is the important part of the overall project that will improve stormwater. It's the Valley View Stormwater Improvement Project. So I just want to make sure we're all clear on that going in. It's and I've used those names a little bit back and forth just so we'll know what development we're talking about, where it's located. But the Kings Court Sewer Extension Project, we opened bids on March the 5th for construction of approximately 822 feet of 8-inch PVC sanitary sewer line. Would also include 165 feet of 16-inch steel casing, 7 manholes, 13 double and 4 single sanitary services and cleanouts. And again, this extension will serve Kings Court Development there on McCullough Street. The low bid was from Parada Paving for $104,998.28. Staff recommends the board accept the bid from Parada Paving.
Okay. Is there any questions? Discussion?
So we had two other bids. one more than double Piranhas and one rejected. How does this Pirata come in against our engineer's estimate?
I'm sorry, I don't. Rich, do you know the answer to that?
Yeah, I believe our engineer's estimate was around 150, so we were considerably lower than our engineer's estimate.
Great, I just wanted to make sure. And I don't know, we've worked with Pirata a lot, so I trust that they would be able to do the job for this price. And what was the reason for the rejection on the third?
I believe the owner did not sign the bid bond.
That's correct.
And when the bid bond is not signed, we do not open the second one below.
That's reasonable.
Yep. Okay. All right. Do I have a motion?
I move to accept the bid from Parada Paving, the amount of $104,998.28 for the Kings Court Sewer Extension Project.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay, that takes us to opening one. No, Westridge. No, I'm in old business. What is wrong with me tonight? I'm watching. I'm looking at too many papers. Okay,
Yeah.
North High Street.
North High Street. So the North High Street Sanitary Sewer and Storm Lining Project, as everybody probably knows, we have a great big hole in the middle of North High Street. It's down at the kind of the lower end of North High Street right now. Putting together a lot of pipe and installing a new manhole. And after this is completed, we are planning to have the sanitary sewer and the storm water lines, they would be lined. It's about 950 feet plus or minus of both the length for both of those lines. And that would be from Prospect to Fife Street. And so this lining we're getting this done prior to city paving. And also, I think WVU is going to make some major repairs in that area with their steam tunnel as well this year. And so we're trying to get out ahead of everyone. Insight Pipe Contracting LLC, his bid is $109,678.80. And we do recommend the board accept the bid from Insight Pipe.
Discussion. Questions?
The exclusions that they include, I assume that is standard, that you're comfortable with the exclusions from Insight?
Yes, and Rich, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
No, not at all. These exclusions were the same that they have included on previous work that they've done for us. So we're comfortable with those.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the contract from Insight Pipe Consulting LLC in the amount of $109,678.80 for the North High Street Sanitary Sewer and Storm Pipe Lining Project.
Okay.
Second.
All right. All in flavor, yes.
Oh boy.
I need ice cream. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. Okay, on to PEIA.
Okay, PEIA. In our last, board meeting, we've talked about the changes, the increases that are coming down the pipeline for the plan year beginning July 1st, 2025, and we've looked at other plans within PEIA, and we are recommending that we move from Plan A to Plan C as our base plan for all of our employees. And this offers, it's less expensive. It's a good plan. And I'm going to kind of turn this over to Chip to go through some more of the details. But we feel very confident that this is the best route for MUB to go.
Yeah. A few months back, we heard that there was going to be an increase, so Mike asked us to see what we can do with the different plans with PEIA, and we talked to some other folks that have PEIA, like Clarksburg Water, and so we looked at Plan C. And Plan C is a high deductible but a low premium plan, and that scares some people off sometimes because it's a high deductible. But what we like to do is to MUB to pay for the deductible, to front load the deductible for both the single and the family plan for Plan C. So by doing that, you can MUB still comes out ahead about $240,000 by going to Plan C, and even funding that plan for all the individuals.
Oh, that's impressive.
And it's the same coverage.
The same coverage. It still has an 80-20. It's a max out of pocket. Plan A and Plan C are identical except for premium and the deductible.
And
It sounds like a
what
no-brainer.
we offer.
And there's no copay.
There's no copays with Plan C. You don't have the 20s and the 40s.
And then employees would have the opportunity with the health savings account to put away tax-free money to use for
They can.
medical.
Yes.
And that is their money to use.
Yeah.
You know, if they leave,
It's
or
not a use it or
they
lose it.
they get to keep it for retirement or other health benefits that they have, health expenses.
Is it capped?
There is a cap every year. There is a max
Yeah.
for HSA. I'm not sure if
It's around $4,000.
Okay.
And,
for a single.
and Chip,
For a
just,
single.
just so we're
For a
clear,
single.
the proposal is that MUB would pay for would front those dollars into that savings account, and this savings represents that number even with MUB
It does.
doing that.
Yeah, 239,000 includes MUB's front loading for all the employees here,
That's
and it's huge.
Well, I guess anyone watching could probably tell by looking at me, I'm a diabetic. And I previously had a high deductible plan in the past that did not have the HSA tied to it. And by Valentine's Day each year, I would hit my deductible and try to buy insulin. So that is a whole hell of a lot of money to swallow right after the holidays. So to do this as proposed, well, and for it to still save the organization money, I think regardless of whether of the almost $250,000 savings or not, doing that for the employees is, I don't think they will know how much they appreciate it unless they realize, those like me, when that money will have to go away pretty quick because of the deductibles, just what a blessing that is to have that.
I think so. It's going to be a little learning curve. We have to educate the employees how to use it, but it's a win-win for both MUB and the employee. They'll get their card. They can use it. They can swipe their card for the deductible and any medical expenses, and MUB it's already paid for.
Yeah, even when you're at the pharmacy, you see a bunch of over-the-counter stuff that says that it's HSA approved. So even if you want some Pepsid, I think that's one of the things that you can.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
I kind of missed that plan when I was with the city back in Indiana. After the one where I was cutting a big check every beginning of every year.
So this one would go into effect on July 1 through June 30th next year.
Yes. Yeah, we wanted to vote on this so we can get signed up, get the employees educated before the open enrollment, which is coming up next month.
Well, it's not often lately that any organization can give good news with regard to the benefits, especially healthcare benefits.
On that note,
Very
I'd like to move to approve MUB making PEIA Plan C the base plan for its employees, and further approve MUB paying for 100% of each individual employee's health insurance premium and 100% of each individual employee's deductible funded in an HSA account with respect to those employees who choose Plan C, provided that employees may choose another available plan, but shall be required to pay the difference in MUB's annual portion of Plan C versus the chosen plan.
Okay, is there a second? All right. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Good news. Great, thank you. I know that was a lot of work, Chip, but it was well worth it.
There'll be a lot of help in, Pam did a great job
Yes.
on numbers, and Andy Lane, she's our rep for PEIA, and she has a lot of insight what's going on.
Will you
They both
express
did a good
our
job.
thanks to them, please?
Thank you.
Okay, we are at old business. Cheat Lake.
Cheat Lake. So, what a great week of weather to move dirt.
Yeah, we should be sitting
It's
outside.
really
for
moving
this
out
weekend.
there.
Ask the inspector.
Yeah,
He said-
been down there. There's a lot of dirt that's been there.
The dirt is moving. The Mountaineer Gas, they've started the 200-foot bore to relocate the gas main. So that's underway. And so I don't have much more to share other than you can see the big hole in the ground and the dirt's flying. So that's all good news right now.
All right, great. All right, our next big project here, West Ridge Chaplain.
Yes, so I think that now we're into warmer weather. On the Chaplain Hill water system upgrade, all of the water lines have been installed and tested. MUB now has a second feed in operation from our existing tank to the West Ridge University Town Center. The contractor is working on the new booster station site. I believe the foundation is in, and some of the block is actually going up now. And then the future work will include continued work on the booster and starting the road restoration work as now that we're into warmer weather. So that's moving quite along. The sanitary sewer portion of the project, the contractors completed installation of 550 feet of the 16-inch HDPE pipe. They were doing that by the directional drill method on Trope Hill near the Star City Bridge. They've also begun the drill between Sheets Gas Station and the Star City Bridge. The contractor plans to drill and finish it up by the end of the month. Once that is all completed, they'll remobilize down by the Mon River and get started on that big drill. So things are moving now that the weather has taken a turn for the better.
Good. Terrific. Okay, Upper Pocono Run, one of our favorite projects.
Yes, so we started the first two bores. The number one bore is in. We have hit an issue with the second bore. We cannot get accurate depths on a water line and a gas line. And by the time we get in there and dig holes looking for those lines and getting those depths, we'll already be halfway across the road. So we've been working with the city. We reached out to the city today to put a plan together to do an open cut. And I believe that is going to start on Friday, and they're going to work through and finish it on Saturday. We will have the road closed. Their press release is going to go out at where it's going to be closed and detours and so forth. But it looks like that's going to be the better method, and it's safer.
Timing with it being spring break works out pretty well, and it's always better to have a very well planned short time something closed than to hit a water line, or much worse, hit a gas line and have a much longer time for something being closed.
Sure. That was our thought exactly.
Yeah.
And that the lining on North High, we're also taking advantage of spring break there. On the sanitary sewer side, the lining of the stormwater may not all get completed because they had to order a special piece of lining. But yes, so we are taking advantage of spring break here in Morgantown. So hopefully,
I'm now just envisioning all the guys out there in swim trunks.
Taking a sunshine.
Spring break.
So yeah.
Okay, which brings us to North High.
Yeah, so that is again, we've kind of covered all of that. I think we're just we'll get this manhole work finished. It'll be finished by Thursday evening.
Oh, good.
and we'll be out of there. So I can't say enough about Joey and Tony and the whole crew over there. I shared a couple of pictures with Barbara yesterday. I've seen some deep holes with a lot of pipes, but my goodness, I don't know who came up with that design of all those pipes going in all those directions. That was a dandy.
Might have been spontaneous, one after the other.
Yeah.
God, it looks
It's like
it.
the pathways on university campuses. They just pave wherever kids have been walking.
Exactly.
So.
Let them figure it out.
Yeah, it's a job, but really those guys they've been doing great, and Joey has been so wonderful to work with our engineers, because we've been moving Joey from Project A to Project F back to B, and he's been a real trooper. Okay, whatever you need.
We've had a lot of needs. These is our big project season here.
Yeah, it's been a big one.
Okay, Whispering Oak Development.
Yes, so Whispering Oak Development, we've opened bids on March the 5th for construction of approximately 3,721 feet of 8-inch gravity sewer main to serve phase 1 of Whispering Oak. It's right off the Cheat Road. Anderson Excavating was the only contractor to submit a bid, and staff recommends accepting the bid from Anderson Excavating in the amount of $676,419,000.
Okay. Any questions or discussion?
Is that the development right there by the Methodist Church and the pushcart farm home down the hill?
The former, Betty Pushcar's open land there.
That's what I thought.
Timing wise, with our expansion of the Cheat Lake wastewater treatment plant, is there any concern that with where we are capacity wise, if houses come online quicker than our new treatment plant does, that we would have any issue with capacity?
We don't think so. We think, when this gets done and houses start to get constructed, that this is going to be a process, and that we should be fine.
Great.
Things won't happen overnight.
Yeah, I figured we wouldn't have 600 new houses.
Spring up overnight.
Yeah.
Not if you can't get the supplies and equipment. Okay, do we have a motion?
I move to accept the bid from Anderson Excavating in the amount of $676,419 for the Whispering Oak Development Phase 1 Sanitary Sewer Project.
Okay, second.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 All right, motion carries. Valley View Stormwater.
Okay, again, this is all part of with the Kingsport, all dovetails together. We're going to sign the last right away this Thursday, and I want to say how much I appreciate all the residents of Acorn Village. They took the time to ask many questions, and we were able to satisfy their concerns, and they've been great to work with. And so we're gonna close on that on Thursday, and I think we'll be able to give Anderson the notice of award. I believe they've got all their documents in now, Jeff, if I'm correct. And so we will be ready to move.
So they kind of expedited this for us.
Well, I think, yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
Okay.
things are moving.
Good. All right.
So it's going to be a great project. I'm really excited about it. This has been on the to-do list for quite some time.
Okay. General Manager's report. Take it away.
Okay, well, the Milan Pushkar Health Right. I mean, you saw the recent article. So all of our work is completed. Now we are waiting on electricity, just like Health Right is, because where the adjacent property was being sold, we were unable to get rights away until just very recently, and so now we're just waiting for power to come in, and then we'll get our last remaining work done, and they'll be in service. But all of the wet well is in, the force main is in, the gravity line, it's ready to go. So.
Right.
Right, Holland Avenue.
Okay, Holland Avenue, working with the city of Westover, we are going, as you know, Holland has been in the news quite a bit for all the work that's going to happen there, which is an important piece of MUB, the MUB acquisition of Westover. So we're going to take advantage of all this construction going on, and we're going to replace 3 existing water line crossings, and we're going to do that work ourselves. And so we're gonna move Joey's schedule all around for him, and give him a lot of support there, and get these done. It'll be on River Street, Cottage Street, between Morrison Avenue and East Street, and we're gonna get that taken care of. And so we'll be in and out.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's going to be a big project. All of us get to absorb.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
We'll get to go through there and check it out just about every other day. All right.
And if you want to get up close and personal and see some big holes, just let me know. We'll park right in the middle of it.
All right. Good enough. Okay, board members' issues or discussions? Anything for the good of the group?
In the last month, we've received a couple of mailings from MUB with insurance about sewer lines and water lines. You guys share a little bit about that and how that process works?
Sure. So that all started as an initiative to help us fund, I think, with our water protection program. And so the company we work with, Jeff, I'm going to Jeff let you take it over. You've been the lead person.
Homes is the company we worked with. We started this several years ago, and this is just an annual campaign to find more customers.
I know it's something that I wish we had signed up for shortly after buying our house, because in October we paid off fixing a sanitary sewer line coming out of our house, and I think that's something that we'll be jumping onto this year, just because it would take us 50 years to pay monthly what we had to pay to fix that once. So,
ouch.
Yeah.
Hear me.
That letter just went to homes over a certain age. Is that correct?
That's different. That's the lead and copper notice.
No.
Yeah, because I think the letter said something about 1998.
No, I don't believe so.
Well, I didn't get it, but a friend did, and she was asking me about it. And 71, built before 71.
No. Yeah, I think mine said 1998, and my house was built in 1993.
I'll see what that is.
And it's from MUB.
Right.
Okay. And that's
Do we know how many people, take advantage of this? And as a percent of customers?
It is not a high percentage. I don't know what the percentage is. But as many as we send out with our 33,000 customers, not too many people jump on board.
And if your home is after 71, can you still take advantage of it if somebody wanted to?
I would think so. It's for anybody that has water and sewer lines coming off the house into our mains.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure why there's a date there.
Yeah, because honestly, when I had seen it, I assumed it was the copper line or the galvanized line letter, and so I was trying to ask my wife about it. We were talking about 2 completely different things. So then finally I found it.
Is that letter available on the MUB website in case someone threw it away, but they want to go back and take advantage of that?
It was at one point. I would have to check.
Okay. I think it would be advantageous. I mean, we can disavow the MUB connection per se, but we still have it there as a piece of information in the event that people threw away or neglected it.
I'm pretty sure there's a link there, and it redirects you to HomeServe.
Okay.
Because HomeServe administers it.
Yes, I know.
Okay. Yeah, because it's anything from the main to the house is the property owner's responsibility.
Something
something different. Yes, okay.
And I have to commend Mike for responding to this, but I received an inquiry from a member of our homeowners association in light of the fact that $2 million houses had burned in the Cheat Lake area, and was concerned about how often the fire hydrants were inspected and tested. Would you, again, for the record, summarize what the current inspection and testing schedule is for fire hydrants?
Yeah, so we check all of our hydrants annually. They are inspected, and so everyone has heard about the new rules. Those rules were set by the State Public Service Commission. MUB was part of that stakeholder group. We were specifically named in the order, actually, telling us we would be part of the stakeholder group. And so we are, and let me just sidebar a second and say, Corey Jones and I and Rich, we're going to meet with Mecca 911 this week, tomorrow, and talk about fire hydrant testing and coordination, because we have to notify the different volunteer fire departments. Of course, we'll be working directly with them. We will be flow testing hydrants, and so there's no concern. And I always say that. Now, a fire hydrant is a mechanical device. There are problems. There could be problems, but I think that I feel very confident that if there is an issue, we're going to find it during our normal inspection, and it should not be of concern.
And I appreciate the information you provided and that I passed on to our homeowners association. But I think it can't be said often enough,
right?
Particularly in light of some major fires that have taken place.
Yeah,
right.
Fires seem to be in the news too much lately. Wherever.
I think we have a warning now about the dry weather and the high winds this week. So,
two fires out there. Wow.
Oh yeah, big ones.
Rich, do you have anything you'd like to add to that discussion about the hydrants?
I don't think so, but I would like to echo your show of appreciation for Corey Jones. He's really taken this, he was part of the stakeholder group and has, adjusted our flow testing and inspection plan. And, we've gone electronic with that, with our guys out in the field, and he's really spearheaded that. And so I'd just like to commend him for a job well done.
Absolutely. Corey has really taken the bull by the horns on this deal, and he's researched the equipment we needed to purchase. Also, another shout out to Chip and his guys with helping us with the electronic records keeping here. It's going to make it so much easier. We really appreciate it. I mean, I can't say enough about the MUB team. I mean, when we have a project that has to get done, everyone in the company pulls together to make these things happen. So much goes on behind the scenes. Nobody would believe how much work it is. It sounds simple, right? An order comes out, make sure you test your hydrants, and we were doing that anyway before that came about. But then when the issues of how the records have to be kept and the volume of those records, I mean, it's a lot of work. Physically, mentally, it's a lot of work, and everyone pulls together and makes these things happen.
Well, I appreciate that you and your staff bring us these names and these activities to our attention, because we don't see it either behind the scenes. You guys deal with it all the time, and it is a major amount of work that we just see a very neat and clean outcome. So I think it's good for the staff to know that you are there supporting them and promoting them. And as a board member, and certainly I think I can speak for the rest of the board, we certainly appreciate that, because it's good for our employees and it's good for the organization. It's good for us to know these things. So thank you for that. Okay, do I have a motion to go into executive session?
I move to convene an executive session of the Board of Directors under the provisions of the West Virginia Code, sections 6-9A-4, paragraph 9 and paragraph 12, to discuss advanced construction planning as well as other confidential matters which are exempt from disclosure under the West Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and further move to adjourn this meeting at the conclusion of executive session.
Okay, man, second.
Second.
All right, all in favor?